So for this one, we're given the angle 7 pi over 4. And remember for trig, this is 0 or 2 pi. So this is our jump off point. So 7 pi over 4 this is like, and this is pi over 2. So 90 degrees is pi over 2. And so then half of that, which is pi over 4, is equal to 45 degrees. So we're really doing 45 degrees 7 times. So that would mean I would go 145 degrees, 245 degrees, 345 degrees, 445 degrees, 545 degrees, 645 degrees, one more 45 degrees. Okay, and so this would leave me with a reference angle if I were to sketch that out. Of pi over 4. And this is 90 degrees. So degrees are a little easier for us to understand, but this is 45 degrees. And if you don't remember this from geometry, this is a very special triangle. The sum of the interior angles on a triangle have to add up to 180, so that means that this is also 45 degrees. And so because this is 45 degrees, this side is congruent to this side. Now, this is what we would call the adjacent. This is what we would call the opposite, because it's opposite this angle, and this is the hypotenuse. Now, in this particular case, the opposite is -1, and the adjacent is equal to 1, and if you remember, the hypotenuse would be the square root of 2. And all I'm doing is sketching this little thing out here. So sine of theta is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. And so the opposite is -1 over the square root of 2. But we can't leave a square root in the bottom of the denominator or in the bottom of a fraction, so we rationalize it. I multiply this by the square root of 2, but remember with fractions, whatever you do on the bottom, you have to do to the top. Well, -1 times square root of 2 is just negative square root of 2 all over. When you square a square root, you left with the base, which is just this. So this is true. It says the measure of the reference angle is 30 degrees. Nope, it's 45. Next one says it's 60 degrees. Nope, it's 45. Tangent is -1. Let's check. Remember, tangent, sohcahtoa, toa. Where am I getting these from? Sohcah. Sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse. Ka. Cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Toa. Tangent of theta is the opposite over the adjacent, which is just -1 over 1, which is actually -1. So this is true. The measure of the reference angle is 45 degrees. Yes, that's true. Cosine is -√2 over 2. Let's see. So cosine then is cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. The adjacent was +1 over the square root of 2. Can't leave a radical in the denominator, so we're going to rationalize it by multiplying the fraction by the square root of 2 over to the square root of 2, which gives me +√2 over 2. So that's not right either. So these are your answers. Sine of theta is equal to -√2 over 2. Tangent of theta is equal to -1. The measure of the reference angle is 45 degrees. So what that means is I rotated around 7 pi over 4. 2 pi is the same as 8 pi over 4. So I rotated around. What was I left with here? Pi over 4. And pi over 4, pi over 4 is 45 degrees. And that's it.